Tips for answering the question on an ERISA disability activity of daily living form. What do you do during a typical day? Now, when you apply for your ERISA disability benefits, there's forms and there are more forms and there are more forms. One of the forms that you're going to be filling out is a form called the activity of daily living form. And the disability carrier plan is going to ask you lots of questions on these forms that can make or break your claim. And they're going to ask you to complete those forms on regular intervals in the course of the claim. Just because you are accepted doesn't mean they're going to stop sending you forms. They have the right to ask you those questions, and you're responsible for answering those questions. You have a duty to cooperate. So don't blow off these forms. But you need to be careful about how you're answering these questions, because I promise you that what you put on those forms can make or break your claim. So let's talk about some of the questions that you're going to be asked about on an activity of daily living form. They're going to ask some generic or general questions about your medical condition, how your medical condition limits your ability to work, how your medical condition impacts your activities of daily living, and what you do during a typical day. So they may even drill down and say, what are your specific daily activities? And they'll give you a little schedule to fill out about what it is you are doing or not doing. And they may specifically ask questions about your ability to sit, stand, walk, lift, bend, stoop. Now, you've got to be truthful in answering all of these questions. I don't want you to exaggerate and tell the truth. It can be harder, I think, to tell the truth than some people may think it is. And that's not a contradictory statement. But the purpose of this video is to give you tips on how to answer the question truthfully, but not exaggerate. You may be tempted to say, no, I know I'm not really doing anything. I don't have a typical day, and leave it at that. That's not going to work. I suspect that you have organized your day around what you need to do to take care of your personal needs and what needs to be done around the house. So I want you to be thinking of your day from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. What is it that you do to take care of your personal needs, and what problems do you have? For example, getting in and out of bed, bathing, dressing, cooking, eating meals, cleaning up dishes. Are you able to do these activities on a sustained basis, or do you have to take a break? How often do you have to take a break? Do you have to take a nap because you're exhausted or you're in pain when you try to do these basic activities of daily living? Have you made any modifications in your bathroom, in your shower, in your kitchen? I want you to be thinking about these things in answering the question. Now, you also need to be answering questions about what do you do around the house every day. Do you do laundry? Do you clean? Do you go shopping? How long do you do any of these activities at one time? Do you need assistance, for example, taking the laundry to the washing machine, putting it in the washing machine, taking it out of the washing machine, putting it in the dryer, taking it out, folding the laundry? Do you have to have assistance with any of that? Somebody carrying it, somebody moving it, you're sitting on the sofa, those sorts of things while you're folding the laundry? Do you have a Roomba to vacuum? Do you have family, friends, or others come in to do the cleaning? Do you have to break it up? How much cleaning are you doing at one time? Now, is it the king's castle, or is it just a little section of your bedroom or a little section of your kitchen? Now, you may be going to the grocery store. You may be taking children to school or even attending doctor's appointments. How far can you drive at one time? Do you have to make stops while driving? Are there days where you have to ask somebody to go pick up your kids at school because you are in pain, or you just can't sit long enough to drive to pick them up? When you're doing a grocery trip, are you going to do a grocery trip for Thanksgiving dinner, or are you just running in to get some milk and eggs? And how do you feel after you do those types of activities? During the course of a day, do you, as I said, take naps? Do you sit in a recliner? Do you use a heating pad, an ice pack? Do you elevate your legs? Do you use any type of assistive device to walk through your house? Do you watch TV? Do you get on a computer? Can you concentrate long enough to do any of these activities on a sustained basis? Now, you can see just with these basic questions that you are doing more than nothing. Got it? So, on the other hand, I don't want you to write a book. You shouldn't be writing a book about what it is you do during the course of the day, because the ERISA Disability Carrier Plan is going to be looking at that book, and they're going to be looking at what you told your doctor about what it is you do or can't do. And they're looking for inconsistencies between what you say you can do and what you have reported to your doctor. You can see that these tips can be very useful to you in answering these forms. Be consistent, be honest, and if you have some questions, you can reach out to an attorney such as myself at 727-894-3188 for some assistance in answering your questions about your ERISA disability claim. We can help you regardless of where you live in the United States. Call us today at 727-894-3188.